Hi, this is a really quick video about multiplication. So this method we're going to do it's called short multiplication, it's called compact multiplication, it's called vertical multiplication. Basically, it's probably the way that most parents did their method at school. And so I'm going to show you it for multiplying by 1-digit numbers and then by 2-digit numbers. So we set it out just like we would do a column addition. So we put the first number at the top, and then we have to just make sure we line up the units with the units, so the ones with the ones, so like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to multiply every part of this number on the top by 4, starting on the right hand side. So we're going to start by doing 8 times 4, which is 32. So we put the 2, and just like in column addition, we carry over the next digit, so that will be the 3. That's a 30, so it needs to go in the tens column. So now we're going to do 2 times 4. Now this is actually 20 times 4, but because the answer is going in the tens column, we can just call it a 2. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 makes 11. We'll carry the 1. We've now got 7 times 4, which is 700 times 4, but again, because it's lined up in the hundreds column, we're just going to do 7. So 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 makes 29. Carry the 20 over. And now we've got 3 times 4, which is 12, plus 2 makes 14. And that extra 1 we've got there goes there. So that's the answer there, 14,912. Now, when we're multiplying by 2 digits, it's slightly more complicated because we're actually going to have 2 calculation lines. This one's just got 1 because it's multiplying by 1 digit. So we set it out exactly the same, and we make sure the 40 and the 5 line up. Now, I'm not going to do my second line at the moment, because what we're going to do first, we're going to multiply everything in this top number by the 5. Then underneath that, we're going to multiply everything in this top number by 40. If you've done the grid method before, where it's set out into little grids, you'll know that we have to multiply everything by 5 and everything by 40. So ignore the 40 for now, everything by 5. So 3 times 5 is 15, carry the 1. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1 makes 26. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 makes 12. And then 4 times 5 is 20, plus 1 makes 21. Now, because I'm doing this on a whiteboard, I'm just going to rub those bits out. Not very well on here. And I've multiplied everything by 5, so I'm just going to put a little line there. And I'm going to cross out my 5 because I've done that. And in its place, I'm going to put a 0 because I'm now going to multiply everything by 40, but I'm just going to use it as a 4. Can you wait a minute, please? Thank you. So I'm going to use that as a 4, and actually 40 is just 4 lots of 10. So if I put my 0 in there, that's my placeholder. It's showing me that although I'm just imagining this is a 4, I know it is actually a 40. So everything is going to be multiplied by 10. That's why we have to put the 0. If you don't put the 0 in, you will not get the right answer, because actually everything will be multiplied by 4, and that's not right. It has to be by 40. So we're just popping that 0 there. It's really important. So again, lining everything up now, so I've put my 0 to help me. I'm now going to do 3 times 4. So it's really 3 times 40, but because I've already put my placeholder there, it should work. So 3 times 4 is 12. So I carry my 1, and you can see that actually that would be 3 times 40, which would be 120. It's just making sure everything is lined up properly, really important. We've now got 5 times 4, which is 20, plus that 1. So again, lining everything up in the right place. Now I've got 2 times 4, which is 8, plus 2 makes 10. Still lining it all up. And then lastly, we've got 4 times 4, which is 16, plus 1 makes 17. So I've now done both parts of the calculation, because I've multiplied everything by 5 and I've multiplied everything by 40. So now what I want to do is I add up my answers. So 5 plus 0 makes 5, 6 plus 2 makes 8, 2 plus 1 makes 3, 1 plus 0 is 1, 2 plus 7 is 9, and 1 plus nothing is 1. So my answer is 191,385. Now, if you're multiplying by a 3-digit number, you'd have to have 3 calculations, and your third one would need 2 zeros because it would be by a hundreds number. So this is all to do with place value, all to do with making sure digits line up properly and that you get the right answer. But this method, compact multiplication, short multiplication, vertical multiplication, this is the method that children need to be really familiar with. Most of them find this one absolutely fine, multiplying by 1 digit. The bits that they'll trip up on here are remembering to put the 0, lining the digits up in the right place, and then remembering to add their 2 answers together. So that's where you might need to do a bit of practice, but this method has been taught by me and by Mr. Wainford and by Mrs. Mitchell, so I know that everybody in year 5 has had this teaching. They'll probably just need a bit of reminding, so I hope that's helpful. Bye.